Ever since I finished up my Tacoma project, I've really been wanting to take care of some of the frame rust on my 4Runner. The rear axle is pretty rusty. Pretty much the back half of the frame is pretty heavily surface rusted. It's still super solid, but just the surface of it is in pretty rough shape. So I've been wanting to take care of that. So here I'm making some room. I'm going to take the spare tire down, gonna take off the hitch and the rear bumper and just make a ton of room back there so I can get underneath and start tackling this frame. Unfortunately, when you have rust, you end up dealing with super seized bolts, and that's what I'm dealing with on this hitch receiver. I break a handful of these bolts taking it off, and unfortunately that is going to be a theme that kind of follows me around on this video, but that's just what you got to deal with when you're working with rust. In order to get the wire wheel out and start knocking down some of this rust that's built up, I've got to take off all the brackets, take off the e-brake cable and the brake lines, just kind of get as much out of the way as I can, just so that I can get to work with the wire wheel and I don't have to worry about damaging any other components during this project.
These have been soaking in WD-40 for like 2 days. And nothing's budging. First one broke. So, wish me luck. This guy obviously not in the best shape, but I'm just gonna quickly like clean it up, spray it, and plan on building a new gas tank skid in the future, I guess. appear that this job is getting bigger and bigger. I've got my fuel tank strap that supports it is rusted through and it is just hanging. It appears that it's probably been like this since the previous owner had it, and they tried to cut this bolt off, and now it's kind of just half ground off. So the fuel tank's probably just been supported by the skid that I've removed, but I've also broken the mounting bolts for here and here. So I'm gonna have to get this all sorted out. Either weld myself up a new strap or try to weld together the old strap somehow. But I don't know if I can get this bolt off because it's been half cut off. And yeah, we will see. Another problem that I've discovered is my rear heater lines are severely corroded. They're probably weeks away from failure. So I'm gonna have to cap that off in the engine bay, I think. And maybe, like, I really would like to have a rear heater. So maybe I can get new lines. It is what it is. Not expect that to work. Well, as I started to take this guy apart, it pretty much started to disintegrate. So I have two ends that are in okay shape. Not a whole lot of steel at home to do some welding, but looks like that is going to be the route we are going to go. Alright, so here's what we got. Got this piece here, we're gonna weld that together. Comes around to this piece here. We're gonna weld this together. And then I'll have to find a piece of like foam or something to go in between this strap and the fuel tank. But yeah, I'm pretty sure just a piece of foam should do the job. Thankfully, last weekend, my father-in-law lent me his welder. It is a Hobart Handler 125 flux core welder, which obviously not the fanciest machine, but you gotta make do with what you got. So that's what we're gonna use and test this thing out for the first time. As you will soon find out, I am not an expert welder, and this is my first time using this welder, so as you will see by my welds, all you welding experts, please go easy on me. Luckily, this is not a structural component and it doesn't need to be super strong, so I kind of figured that it was the perfect little welding project to test out this welder on for the first time. This right here is clearly the work of a master welder. You could maybe get this good one day, but probably unlikely. Look at that one. sorted out. Well, we've run into more problems than we've planned on this project. This project has definitely taken a couple of turns. Yeah, if any of you have experienced the corroding coolant line situation for the rear heater, let me know what you did. Any advice? I will take it in the comments because this one's going to be a two-parter. I haven't been able to get out here a ton and get a ton of work done, so I'd rather just get this video out there and get some advice from you guys in the comments. As you can see, I cannot wait to wash this thing when I'm done this project because, oh boy, absolutely covered. Stay tuned.